Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I'm going to go over the cryptocurrency market. I'm going to go over a suite of assets, including Bitcoin and Ethereum. If you just landed here, do me a favor, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. All right, guys, go over Bitcoin first. I'm going to show you something here on the daily chart. I am not convinced. I am not 100% convinced that this is the bottom for Bitcoin. It just doesn't make sense. Let me show you my case of what's going on here first, okay? From this peak right here on the RSI to that peak, you have what would be called hidden bearish divergence, okay? Right there like that, guys. That's what that is. So what that means is you have inverted, it's a divergence between the two, telling you this is a trend continuation, that it could go down. Now, can it take that out, erase all that, and that doesn't matter? Yes, it could. Now, if you come to this peak right here, you see this peak to this peak, you had the same situation up there, okay? Just like this. Come to that peak, I'm going to come down there, just like so. Hidden bearish divergence, and what happened? Boom, boom. Now, am I saying it's going to go to $10,000? No, I don't believe that. I think the people that are waiting for $10,000 Bitcoin are going to be left in the dust, and they're going to be waiting for a long time, probably forever, because it might not ever get back down there again. Who knows? But if they're the people that are waiting for the $10,000 to $12,000 Bitcoin because they believe Gareth Solway or whoever they want to believe on the internet or Twitter, they're going to be the ones that will FOMO in at 32 because it'll start kicking in. You know, when they see Bitcoin, if it goes down to 16, it would be beautiful. You know, because to me, I think it would be beautiful. This would be just so beautiful because here Bitcoin, it gets down there like this, guys, right? 18,000, it gets down to 16,000. And then all those people waiting for that $10,000 to $12,000 Bitcoin, what do they start doing? They start salivating. They're like, oh yeah, here it comes, here it comes. And then what happens? Boom, it starts going over here again, right? All the way back up there. And then they'll FOMO in over here. That's a prediction. That's a prediction that could probably go on because that's usually how the markets work. Now, I'm going to show you some more evidence that I have going on here in the charts. Okay? So one thing with assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, any asset that has a chart like this, okay? They move in waves. One of the areas that they do like to correct to, mentioned in the previous video, is they like to correct to the previous or the lower sequence of the fourth wave. So check this out. I was looking at this wave over here, right? I mentioned this in another video. I said, let me go investigate this wave real close. So here we got this. This is a lower sequence fourth wave. So this is 4. This is a 4, 5 up there. That's a third wave peak up there. That's a fourth wave 2 going up for another 5. But this one right here, if you see this, you see that peak right there? I put a line over there. Boom. What did Bitcoin do? It touched it. Exactly touched it right there. But then I said, here's another one right here. And I come over to the line, and where's it? Right over here. You see that? 16,200 or something like that. So this is kind of like this would be like a Christmas present for all the people on Twitter that are waiting for $10,000 Bitcoin, because they'll see it. Maybe it'll go down right there like that, right? Okay. And they start salivating. Oh yeah, look at it. It's coming. It's coming. And then they don't realize that this is a fifth wave, bullish divergence. So you get this like this, right, guys? Come over here like this, and it'll go back down on the daily, bullish divergence, and then boom, it gets out of there. And those guys, they're not salivating anymore. Now they got Bitcoin's up here at 25, right? Now they got FOMO. They're like, did we miss it? Did we miss it? Oh, and then they start thinking they missed it, and guess what? All those people, they'll push it up even more. That's how the markets work, guys. So that's just a little bit of a prediction. Hey, sounds pretty good for a Sunday morning, in my opinion. So, all right. So here's the deal with it. I do think that maybe with this wave over here, it's going to come back and touch that area. Okay. The reason I say that, they do like to come to these areas. Okay. That's you can look at assets. They've studied assets all the way back to 1870, if you can believe it. I read an article about it just last night. 1870. And they talked about this area they like to go to. And I was like, that's really interesting. Important area. So if you come over here to Ethereum, just give you an example. You see Ethereum, okay? Here's Ethereum. Ethereum has a fourth wave here and a lower sequence fourth wave. You see that? Ethereum touched it. Ethereum touched it. Maybe that's why Ethereum's bullish. Maybe the sequence is done with Ethereum. It has a bullish sequence, okay? You take a look at example BNB. I'll go over here to BNB. Let me go out to the daily chart. I'll show you guys something with BNB. BNB is in a fourth wave. fourth wave right here. Okay, so it came down and corrected right here. Those two wicks that just wicked down, it didn't really go. Here's this fourth wave right here. This is BNB's fourth wave right there. What did it do over here? Equal. Came right to it. Boom. Now, could it go down to this? This is another lower sequence fourth wave over here. Okay, it could come down to that one. But with BNB compared to Bitcoin, is I check this whole sequence. This is a legit diagonal. The wave 1 is longer than the 3 is longer than the 5, and the 2 is bigger than the 4. And then if you check this out, the wave 4 hit right on top of wave 1, making a perfect diagonal, starting diagonal. So all Bitcoin, let's say Bitcoin is right here, up here, right? It comes down and does that dump I was talking about, gets all the $10,000 Twitter people on Twitter, get them salivating. They'll start salivating, man. They'll be salivating like the dog waiting for its food. And then over here, where is it? BNB. BNB can come right back down just like this, all the way back down here and swing back around and boom, go into another wave run. That's what you want to pay for. That's what you want to watch for, guys. That's why when you see these sequences, like some guys are like, oh gosh, Greg, that FOMO's so strong. Yes, it is a very, very strong feeling. Believe me, everybody gets it. Even the professionals get it. So here's the deal. It goes up. Important part of the sequence is waiting for the correction, okay? You're not going to miss out. I mean, okay, like if you bought here, you know, and then you sold here, you know how many people have done that? Not many, maybe 1%, if that, of all the crypto people did that, bought here, sold there, okay? So that's highly unlikely, okay? So right here, you go up and then you wait for the correction, okay? And you're going to get a lot more answers about what's going on with this asset when it corrects. If it corrects here, if it corrects down here, if it goes all the way down there, okay? Or what happens if it corrects and then it breaks the low right here, just like that. If it breaks the low, then you're like, oh, it's bearish. You have your answer right there. So that's why it's important, guys, not to FOMO, wait for the correction, because I do think a correction is coming up, okay? With Bitcoin, like I showed, that hidden bearish divergence, okay? I think that it can possibly do that. I know there's good argument for that being the low. I agree. There's a good argument for that being the low, but I'm not 100% convinced yet. I want to see the correction. Now, can it just keep on just working its way and keep going up? It could do that, guys. I could be completely wrong and just sit right here, go open a channel and do this for the next 60 days and go just make its way up there. I don't think so. I don't think so, guys. I think it's coming, getting ready for something, maybe one more swing, or it goes up here and then back down. So I went over Ethereum, and then let me see, Binance. I showed you some things, and then Matic. Okay, Matic's the same way. I'll go over Matic real quick with you guys. You know, it made a nice swing. So just wait for this correction. Just wait for see what Matic's going to do. You know, you have a 5-wave sequence here with Matic, right? So at a minimum, Matic is going to do this A, it's going to swing back down for a B and then pop back up onto a C. Okay, that's the other issue too with it. Or it's going bullish. It's in a 1-2. It's in a sequence like this, guys. It's in a 1 and a 2. And the lower, in my opinion, the more it corrects, the better. Okay, that it tells you it's more evidence pointing towards the second wave. A B wave will not come all the way down here. B waves will stay up higher, more than likely, even though they're pretty much the same, but it could be a bullish coin and only correct right there. So we will see with Matic. All right. Now Solana, I'm going to go over Solana. You know, Solana is a very bullish coin without a doubt, but this is like Bitcoin's brother right here. You know, it's just hanging out. You know, this is an area that I don't like with Solana. I'm going to do an update video on this. I'm trying to figure out Solana, see what's going on, but this area with Solana, more or less right in here, it's like it's in no man's land. Okay, so you tell me if Solana was bullish and was in a bullish sequence, would Solana be doing that? Probably not. So Bitcoin and Solana are kind of like in the same zone, if you will. Okay, the same zone. I'm not trusting this. I don't get a whole 5-wave sequence down here. I can't do it. I've tried it. Last night I was trying to get it. I can't get it right down here, guys. It's just not possible. So something is going on with Solana right here. Okay. That's just my take on it. And Possibly if Bitcoin's doing a correction, maybe Solana's going to come back down to these areas, you know, to where my target areas. I want to see it get low 20s and boom. And what this will become, maybe it's just a massive fourth wave. I mean, it's a little bit too big. It's a little bit too big, in my opinion, for it to be a fourth wave. But yeah, it's a little bit too big, but you just don't know. Just don't know. You have to see that play out. But I don't trust this move. Now, here's the other thing, too, I want to show you guys with Solana. I've been looking at this. Solana's got something funky going on. I really can't put my my fingers on this, okay? So it's plainly obvious that Solana went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? You got your third wave peak. Here's third wave peak. Boom, all the way up to the fifth. And there's your bearish divergence between that third and that fifth right there. Do a correction. Okay, so what's Solana only doing a correction to here? This is 38% is what it hit. That's my concern. It came to this area, this fourth wave area, which is good. I was hoping it would come lower, you know, lower like to these areas where the wicks are down there would have been better in my opinion. But here's the thing. Something is going on with Solana, guys. I'm trying to put my finger on this one here. You see the weekly chart? I'm gonna go out to the 5-day chart. Okay. You see these that peak right there is that's your 30 or third technically right there. So now I'm going to go to a 3-day chart. Look at this 3-day chart. Now look at that. You see where the peak is now? You see the highest peaks right there. The highest peak is right there. So something is going on with Solana, guys. Highest peak. Go out to the 1-day chart. For 1-day chart on Solana, you take a look at this, right? Highest peak is right here again. That's the highest peak. The most momentum, the wave with the most momentum is right there. So something's going on with Solana. I don't know if it's an extended third wave and this is actually a fourth wave and it's going to do a fifth wave push. That could be a possibility, guys. It could be. I'm going to do another video on Solana once I get more clarity on what's actually going on. I know it's like, oh, it's just, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it could be. If it's only correcting to here, these areas, this is an extremely, extremely bullish coin. This is like Solana would be like what Ethereum was when it just started out. Very shallow corrections, and then it's going to, once it's done with its correction, it's going to rip. All right, guys, that's the end of my updates. If you made it all the way to the end, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Peace.